What color is this?
Man, no lie, we don't use Samsung colors because I'm sure they call this one around mystic blue or titanium white or stupid stuff. So we just call this white.
And then, okay,
It's just
interesting.
white.
White.
Mm-hmm.
It looks more like gray, and then anyway, mystic blue. Either
Uh,
ways. Then
it's
what
not
variation
necessary
of
to give it different names when there is no other color that matches this.
matches the
It's either
description?
white, black, or green, really.
Okay. What variation of Samsung
This
is
is the Samsung A series.
okay?
And to be honest, this A16 wasn't supposed to be out till next year, according to Samsung's plan from 2024. When the A4 series came out, it was like supposed to be okay going into 2024. This is the mid range phones for 24. Then A5 series, these are the phones, mid range phones for 2025. That was how
Mm.
the numbers were supposed to be going. So having the A16 show up like 3 to 4 months between the A15's entire the A05 lineup coming out entirely. It was quite shocking.
Why should someone get this phone? If I'm to buy a phone, why should I buy this phone?
Okay, so from what I've noticed about this phone, from what I checked when I was getting it, it has a 50 megapixel camera,
Okay.
rear camera, and it takes very decent video. Like nice 1080p shots, 30 frames per second. I think it even goes up to 60. Okay, it doesn't go up to 60 frames per second in full HD, but it is everything a normal person needs, the average phone user needs in camera quality. Takes very decent pictures in sunlight, in good
Okay.
sunlight. The night it looks a little blurry and stuff. Then it has a MediaTek Helio G99 processor, which
Mm-hmm.
is one of the good processors you can get these days on a phone, on a mid-range phone. Can play Call of Duty on a decent frame rate and less lag. Then the phone doesn't really heat that much. I've forgotten what core it has, what cooling system it has, but through my time of using it, it hasn't been heating that much,
Then
or it hasn't
for
heated at all.
then for those that actually, because you mentioned Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and for the gaming people that would actually want to get phones like this, the battery capacity for someone that plays game most of the time, what would you say? Have you actually checked it to know how long it would last if someone is a gamer, is using it to play game and all those stuff? The battery capacity of the phone is what?
Yeah, the battery capacity, the average capacity of a an intense, okay, not an intense gamer, but just an okay level gamer, casual player,
Mm.
requires 5,000 milliamp hours, which this phone has. And when playing Call of Duty, it takes like one battle royale should take about like 20% on average. These numbers are not certain though. It's just my speculation.
Okay.
Then what else? Okay, since you mentioned battery capacity, this phone's battery capacity and Type C port allow it to serve as a power bank for an iPhone user on a very bad day.
Okay.
Just
That's
plug in your Type C to iPhone cord into it and plug it into another iPhone, and it charges it comfortably. I think sadly this refresh rate goes up to 90 hertz maximum,
okay.
and 90 hertz is quite a fluent refresh rate.
Very much.
You don't need too much. Going for 120 hertz, considering it's one of the lower series of the Samsung A series mid-range phones, is 90 hertz is just a good bet.
Moving to the next. How much, or should I say, how affordable is this phone? Because everyone currently in this country is looking for a budget phone. So can we put this phone under budget phones, or should we just say it's for the big guys, the big guns, or should we just say it's a phone someone can? How much is the phone? Let's start from there.
Okay, when getting this, you remember that this is the 4G variant, 4G LTE, not the A16 5G. And I won't lie, this phone is not all that budget friendly for the average user. I mean, the shifts in our economy these days has moved the average phone price from 100K to, like, you know how when you're thinking of
Yeah,
a phone, some years back, you think 100K is a lot for a phone.
actually.
Now, this phone, this variant 6 gig 128, cost 270,000. Well, when I got it from the Samsung shop,
Mhm.
which I wouldn't call that budget friendly. But for the person that knows the value, it is quite affordable.
But for some people, because of the state of things in the country, currently phones within 200, 300 could be seen as budget friendly phones. Maybe because anyone looking for any phone within 100 and 150K, you should not be expecting the phone to do much. So
True.
maybe for some people it could be budget friendly, and then for some other people it might be too costly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nif Tech, for
Hey,
your
that's my line. Thank you, Kachirites, for coming on the show today.
interesting young